Since adding LeBron James in free agency in 2018, the Los Angeles Lakers have attempted to build a long-standing core around him, although their cast has largely been a revolving door of players. After Talon Horton-Tucker and Alex Caruso were initially deemed untouchable by the Lakers and their fans, both quickly wound up on other teams, with Caruso winning a ring last season with the Oklahoma City Thunder. Horton-Tucker, in 2022, was traded to the Utah Jazz and last played on the Chicago Bulls, averaging 6.5 points per game. Next season, he will suit up for Fenerbahce in Istanbul, the club announced officially on September 20th. Talon Horton-Tucker was once praised by LeBron James. After being drafted 46th overall in 2019, Horton-Tucker showed steady improvement over his 3 seasons with the Lakers before being traded to the Jazz in a deal for Patrick Beverley. Horton-Tucker did not suit up in the 2020 finals, although he averaged 5.7 points that season and played solid defense. While Horton-Tucker's NBA career seems to have ended for good, there was a point in time when he was considered one of the best young guards in the NBA. In 2021, the Lakers were looking to improve their point guard situation and were linked to Kyle Lowry, although the Toronto Raptors wanted Horton-Tucker and the Lakers refused to budge. The holdup, I'm told, on both teams is the inclusion of Talon Horton-Tucker from the Lakers and Tyler Herro from the Miami Heat, reported Shams Charania that offseason. The Raptors clearly want one of those young guards who have bright futures. Talon Horton-Tucker is going to be a significant player. Horton-Tucker also had the backing of LeBron James, who called him a special player after a 19-point game in 2021, capping off a solid streak of 15 games to start that season. However, as Los Angeles realized that it needed veteran talent and Horton-Tucker's progression slowed, the Lakers eventually flipped him to the Jazz. Horton-Tucker's career will continue in Turkey. Fenerbahce, one of 7 top-level basketball clubs in Istanbul, is the most successful Turkish team, and Horton-Tucker should find a starting role quickly. The Canaries, as they are known, boast 2 EuroLeague titles and a record 15 Turkish league championships. Horton-Tucker will not be the only former NBA player on the roster, as Wade Baldwin, Nicolo Melli, Brandon Boston Jr., Onur Alpbayram, Devin Hall, Bonzi Colson, and Kem Birch are all on the roster. While Horton-Tucker was once treasured by the Lakers for his offensive potential and solid defensive play, his inability to develop a reliable three-point shot and his turnover numbers quickly caught up to him, and in an effort to maximize James and Anthony Davis, the Lakers moved on from him for a more established player, although Beverley never found massive success in Los Angeles, either. As the EuroLeague and Turkey enjoy more attention when it comes to basketball, there is a chance that Horton-Tucker will regain NBA notoriety, and at only 24 years old, there is a serious chance that a team on the rise will add him in free agency in order to round out their backcourt. The Los Angeles Lakers have a long history of winning, featuring multiple dominant runs by some of the best players the sport has ever seen. But with the future of LeBron James now in question, the Lakers have Luka Doncic as their newest star, a player they believe will lead them to championship success. Speaking in an interview with ESPN LA, Hall of Fame forward and 5-time Lakers champion James Worthy compared Doncic to Magic Johnson, one of the most successful and memorable players in franchise history. The one thing Magic and Luka have in common is that they can take a snapshot. Both of them are really good rebounders. They get that rebound and take a quick shot of the whole floor going down, Worthy said. And then their ability to calculate their steps and know where you're going to be. Both Doncic and Johnson are tall players who initiate a team's offense with top-tier passing and rebounding ability. While Doncic's playmaking might not rival that of Johnson, his scoring through the first 7 years of his career has been historic. The two slightly differ in play style, but as Worthy mentioned, their ability to play the point guard position separates them from the rest of the pack. Worthy on Luka Doncic and LeBron James. Along with the Johnson comparison, Worthy gave high praise to Doncic as he enters his first full season with the Lakers. The 5-time champion discussed how, after the trade and settling into living in Los Angeles, their new franchise superstar is on a mission in the upcoming season. And then Luka, at 27, Worthy said. He is serious. I think he's gotten by the Dallas stuff, but he's always going to have that in the back of his mind. He's on a mission. He did well in Dallas, but he's ready, in a city that demands that he win. Doncic is one of the most prolific offensive players in NBA history, let alone recent memory. His career 28.6 points per game is the third most all-time, and he is one of only 10 players to score 70 points in a game. Doncic led the Mavericks to the finals in 2024, and now on the Lakers, he expects to take that next step to becoming a champion. Worthy also gave compliments to James and his play alongside Doncic in their first half-season together. "I was really impressed that they were able to get to third in the West last year with a half-season of Luka and LeBron," Worthy said. "I give LeBron a lot of credit. Say what you want about his career and all of that, but his ability to recognize what's before him, he knows how to create that chemistry." Doncic is under contract for the next few seasons, and James is set for free agency after this year. Worthy liked what he saw from the two, but this could be the last season they play together. The Lakers sit behind teams like the Thunder, Nuggets, and Rockets as top contenders in the West. High hopes for the other Lakers additions. While Doncic and James have been the leading storyline for the Lakers over the past few months, the team made multiple off-season additions in hopes of strengthening their defense and paint presence. When discussing the team signing Marcus Smart, Worthy offered another comparison. "I remember when Phil Jackson brought Ron Harper here," Worthy said. "Ron could still play, but more importantly, he was really good in the locker room. Now you bring in Marcus Smart, who can still play defense, is savvy." Smart won the Defensive Player of the Year award in 2021-22. While he hasn't matched the same defensive output over recent seasons, he remains one of the biggest pests against the league's top perimeter players. Similarly, Harper was known for his defense while winning 3 titles with Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, and the Chicago Bulls. He then joined the Lakers and helped Kobe Bryant and Shaquille O'Neal win championships in 2000 and 2001. Shaquille O'Neal gives brutal truth on Lakers next season. When asked about DeAndre Ayton, who arrives in Los Angeles as their new starting center, Worthy shared his high hopes for the former first overall pick. "It's time for him to step up, and I think he knows that," Worthy said about Ayton. "I like Ayton, don't get me wrong. He's gotta be a hunter. I would love it if Kobe were beside him as a teammate." Ayton agreed to a buyout of his contract with the Portland Trail Blazers before making the move to the Lakers. He had some strong years early in his career in Phoenix, but he will be one of the keys for Los Angeles to have a deeper run in the playoffs. Playing with Doncic, James, and Austin Reeves, Ayton will take on a big responsibility on defense. Hollywood is dreaming up the perfect blockbuster right now with the rumors of Andrew Wiggins being a trade target for the Los Angeles Lakers swirling. Before Rob Pelinka can make that big move, the Lakers' general manager will need to know if DeAndre Ayton is the solution at starting center. It has been made abundantly clear by multiple sources that the Lakers will be looking for a two-way upgrade on the wings. Wiggins fits the mold and brings plenty of upside to Los Angeles, making him a realistic game-changer that fans have begged for in the hopes of seeing the Lakers chase a title. However, the asset pool in Los Angeles is limited. Pelinka will only get so many cracks at improving the roster before the eventual 2026 NBA trade deadline. That is why seeing what they have in Ayton is integral to the process. The former Portland Trail Blazers center arrived in Los Angeles to mixed feelings. On one hand, Ayton is guaranteed to be an upgrade over Jackson Hayes. That does not mean the Lakers are completely absolved of concerns at the center position ahead of the 2025-26 NBA season. Lakers need clarity on Ayton before making the move for Wiggins. It should be said there is no guarantee that Wiggins will just be handed to the Lakers. If Pat Riley proves to be a stubborn negotiator, Pelinka will need a backup plan. However, even if the name is not Wiggins, the model of what the Lakers want is clear. Ayton just needs to tick the needed boxes for Los Angeles first. With Luka Doncic setting him up, the Lakers center should have an easy time settling into a simplified offensive role while focusing on his defensive impact. If that is the version of Ayton that the Lakers get, the opportunities to elevate the roster further will be there. Sam Vecenie of the Game Theory podcast could not help but share a similar message regarding the situation. Vecenie said, "If Ayton is good, it makes life a lot easier. The reason to not do that Wiggins trade now is that you might need that pick value at some point to go get a center if it doesn't work." There will certainly be names worth monitoring if the Ayton experiment does not produce the desired results. Centers like Jarrett Allen, Nikola Vucevic, and Nicholas Claxton could all be available before the trade deadline under the right circumstances. The Lakers will hope they do not need that move. Getting an opportunity to improve the roster, rather than fix it, will be the maneuver that makes pursuing a title a realistic path in the upcoming season.